Hello and welcome back to the epic fail that is the Mr. Smelly 1977 channel. Today, I'm going to talk about 7 reasons fragrances may be ruining your life. Thank you so much to Claire from the Smurfy Girly channel who did a video on pretty much this theme, and I've just copied her whole idea. I'm sorry, I'll link her video in the description. Great channel, fellow UK fraghead. Okay, before we get into this topic, one quick thing. Get your fragrance samples at myfragrancesamples.com. That is the best place in the USA and Canada to get fragrance samples. Link in the description, by the way. My intros are now the outros. People kept skipping them. I don't know why. Amazing outro today featuring an Anthrax song. Scary. Okay, let's talk about this. 7 reasons why your fragrance hobby could be destroying your life, or at least could be detrimental to it. Okay, hang in here, guys. You're going to find out some useful information. I've got to be honest. Okay, I've made 7 points here that I think you should all listen to. Just before I do that, I'm going to tell you, in case you actually want a fragrance to think about from this video, I'm not saying never buy any more. Eternity for Men, Calvin Klein, 1990 release. It's actually a really nice aromatic fougere type fragrance. Shades of Cool Water by Davidoff, but a little bit better and more sophisticated. So if you want a fun cheapie, I really recommend this. You can buy it online, and I got it just a month ago or so. Really nice. Okay, number 1 reason then why fragrance, this is no particular order, fragrance might be damaging your life. 1. You don't need them, okay? You're watching this video, you've probably got a collection maybe, unless you just got into the hobby. Okay, let's make sure my shirt looks neat. Unless you just got into this hobby, you might have a little bit of a collection, okay? Maybe you've got 20 fragrances. Probably, I bet you've got more. 30, 40, 100. You don't need any more fragrances, guys. Have a look at it, man. I mean, let's just think about this. The last thing you desperately need right now, probably, to go out and buy is another fragrance, okay? So think about it. Do I need this fragrance? Am I spending money on something I don't desperately need, and then, you know, I'm cutting short on an area of my life where I should have spent that money and done something more fruitful, something more productive? Should I have taken my loved one out for dinner and shown them some appreciation instead of buying an expensive niche fragrance? Probably. Think about it. You don't need, this is not an emergency. A new fragrance is not a need, it's a want. It's like when you're trying to lose weight and, you know, you've had something to eat and you fancy that little bit of dessert or something. Are you hungry, though? Do you need to eat dessert? Or are you just bored and you want to stuff something in your mouth? It's the same with the fragrance. You don't need it. You're not hungry for a fragrance. Don't get it unless it's really, really deserved. Okay, next up. 2, fragrance buying and collecting. You know, there's such a thing as a shopping addiction, okay? A lot of people's fragrance hobby is basically that. You've got this shopping addiction, but it's just specific to fragrance, okay? Some people will just go out and buy loads of shoes or handbags or whatever they're into, and it's part of their addiction to buying stuff, and it might be all kinds of things. Well, it could be that you have just got shopping addiction, but yours is a specific type of the virus that just relates specifically to fragrances. So think about that. Watch a few videos on shopping addiction. Signs if you've got it. If you're spending anywhere near beyond your means, it could well be that you have a shopping addiction manifesting itself in the form of fragrance addiction. It ain't nice, guys. Number 3, big one. YouTube channels influence you too much. Don't listen to these fools on YouTube. Unpleasant people like me are sitting here surrounded by dozens of fragrances, niche, designer, vintage, brand new releases, everything that's come out this week. They've got it all. This is not normal. This is not what you need to aspire to, okay? These people, some of them have a professional channel. So maybe for them, it is actually necessary to own 200, 300, 400, 1,000 fragrances so they can talk about this stuff. This is not normal or a goal that you should be aiming for, okay? Don't be influenced by YouTube channels. And of course, these people, the whole thing for them is to keep everyone interested in buying fragrances, talking about them. So of course, they're essentially, even if they're not benefiting or profiting from the fragrances they mention, which I'm not generally, you know, there's still a general incentive for them to make you stay addicted to this crazy hobby. Watch it. Don't let YouTubers influence you too much. We're not a very nice bunch. Okay, number 4, you need to look at other things, okay? Look at the big picture of your life, okay? You need to look good. You need to dress good. You need to feel good within yourself to be a well-rounded person. There are areas of your life you can probably improve that are weaker than your fragrance game. Because if you're watching this video by now, probably you've got lots of fragrances. Very good chance if you found my channel, you're into this hobby. You're probably not lacking in your life. If you look at areas of my life I need to improve on, I bet you can't really look at fragrance and say, yeah, I don't really have a cologne, unless you've just got one cologne and it's a really crap one, okay? Unlikely to be the case. More than likely, you can say, you know what, I could buy a couple of new clothes for this upcoming season. You know, my jumpers are getting a bit tatty. I could do with a nice, smart suit jacket, you know. I need a haircut. I haven't had a haircut. Maybe I should try a new hairstyle. You know, maybe I should go and do a gym membership. Maybe I should take a little bit more exercise and make time to do some areas of your life you can work on probably. Maybe I should call a friend. Maybe, maybe if you want to buy, if you need to buy something, I bet there's something else you can buy that could up your general level of attractiveness or your game. Do you own any kind of nice wristwatch or something like that? Doesn't have to be a fancy, but other stuff in your life probably needs to be addressed more than your lack of fragrances, because you've probably got loads if you're watching this video. What? Think about this. Number 5. You can always shop your collection or shop your wardrobe, okay? There's a saying like shop your fragrance wardrobe, okay? So instead of going and buying tons of new stuff all the time, I've got a little thread sticking out my shirt. Maybe you've got a threadbare shirt. Buy a new shirt before you buy a fragrance. Yeah, look at your collection if you've got lots. I bet there's stuff at the back of your collection that's amazing that you haven't worn for 6 months. You know, I've got green Irish tweed. There aren't many fragrances better. I haven't worn it for ages. Just pick that up. You'll feel just like having a new fragrance. Pick out something you already own that you just haven't given enough attention. I've got a vintage Dior on there. Lucky me, lucky me. Haven't worn it for ages. Pull that out. Wear it. It's like a new thing. It's like a new toy. Wake up. You've probably got stuff that's just as exciting as buying a new frag that you forgot about. Moving on. Fear of missing out is bullshit. FOMO, okay? You do not need to have the latest amouage. You do not need to have the latest whatever that's been released and everyone's hyping it. This fear of missing out. You're not missing anything, okay? I never think about... I like to avoid everything anyway. I don't like to go... I never miss... If I go to a party, I'm not afraid that I missed out. So I don't really suffer from this. But this idea, everyone else is talking about it. Everyone's hyping this. Oh, I mustn't miss out. I must catch up. I need to know if it's any good. Fear of missing out is for losers, okay?
Loser! That's what you are. Loser! You're a loser. My God, loser!
You're not missing any. You are not missing anything in life if you miss out on a fragrance. Trust me. You're missing nothing. So don't worry. I don't get into fear of missing out. That is a loser mentality. 7, last one. Here's a bit nasty. Look at the people who've got huge collections. In many cases, you're talking... It could be other people on Facebook groups you're in, but let's talk about YouTubers. People who have maybe a collection you envy and you think, I wish I was like them in my collection. I wish I had their knowledge, their collection. Overall, though, don't tell them I said this. How many of these people would you actually want to be like? A lot of these fragrance reviewers on YouTube, particularly the male ones, are kind of geeky, dorky. Half of them don't look that great. You get the feeling they're not exactly so... They come across, they might be a bit socially inept if you met them in life. They're not exactly witty. They're not exactly clever. They're not exactly ripped in terms of their physical appearance, that kind of thing. Do you really think that they have a great life that you need to be envying or copying? Are these the role models you're looking to? If so, wake up. I mean, even the people who look kind of good, Jeremy, he's still batshit crazy. Do you want to be him? Is that who you're emulating? Other influencers, even losers like me, do you want to be like me? Come on, aim higher, guys. Look at the people who've got what you maybe envy and want in life. These big collections, are they happy? Half of them not. Half of them are nuts. Half of the people I know on YouTube involved in this hobby have mental health issues and stuff wrong with them. They are around the bend, guys. Don't look at these people as role models. Be careful, okay? If you liked this video, if you thought it was something different, please subscribe. I do give you something different to other influencers, even if the differences are much worse than the majority of them. Subscribe now. I appreciate it. Go to myfragrancesamples.com. And now, here's something. I'm not kidding about us all having issues, okay? This is what happened to me the other day when I was out somewhere. Bye.